On. Cute. Hello, hello, everybody. Let us begin because we are here. Whew, this is a first. Oh my God. Hope I don't scare you. Anyway, who are you? That means, how do you see yourself? What is the concept you hold of yourself? I keep seeing this come up because when you study Neville Goddard, he teaches about a self concept. But I don't think we really understand what that means based upon the things I've seen. The concept you hold of yourself. When you look in the mirror, who do you think you are? This is the question. How do I know these things? I'm learning about them myself. Your concept. What do you think of yourself? How do you behave? Are you a people pleaser? That's a self concept. Are you, what's the word I want to say here? Besides people pleaser. Ah, Ms. M, I see you. The way you allow yourself to be treated is rooted in the concept you have of yourself. People say, oh, I need boundaries. It's not that you need boundaries, it's that you need to raise your concept of yourself. Are you afraid to do something? Where is that fear coming from? That is a part of how you view yourself, your concept of yourself, right? This is what we're getting at here this morning. You behave in a particular way based upon how you see yourself. If you see yourself as unworthy of anything, oh, you're not good enough for that. Well, what does the law of correspondence tell you? As within, so without. So, however you see yourself is how you will behave, and how you behave is how you will be treated. And some of these things that I've been reading on Reddit, they're trying to get this person back that they've somehow, I don't know, this relationship that they somehow lost. And they go into great detail and tell you how this person mistreated them. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, your concept of yourself, that you would be willing to allow yourself to be treated in any way lower than the law asks you to. That's a danger. So today, when you go out into the world and somebody treats you a particular way, it's not necessarily a way for you to get into an argument. It is a way for you to reflect. It is a way for you to catch yourself and say, whoa, am I not feeling like I'm deserving of respect? And you examine yourself because those things are rooted in the past. They're rooted in the past. That's where that behavior is coming from. And it looks like it is hidden, that you may not know what it is. But if you see the pattern sometimes, because you'll ask yourself, why is this happening to me? You see that? That's your cue to say, I allow myself to be treated this way. Why? I always give a discounted price. Why? I feel like um, what is that word? Where mm, you have so many qualifications, but you just don't feel like you're good enough. You know what I'm saying. Why? You keep getting qualification after qualification. I know about that too. Yet, you do not feel good enough. It doesn't matter what you do on the outside, right? It matters with as within, so without. That's what matters. That is what matters. What esteem do you hold yourself in? Do you respect yourself? Now, here's something to ponder. Someone said, "Treat me the way you treat your boss." And I was like, hmm. Most of us wouldn't tell our bosses the truth. Why? Because they are in a position of authority, right? And that's not respect when you don't say how you feel. It is more along the line of fear. You should be able to speak with confidence, to say, "This is who I am," right? So in your daily interactions with people, watch what you are doing. I forget the name of the guru, but he was saying that we never really watch ourselves because we think it's weird. But to watch yourself means your brain is always on, it's always thinking, but it is you, your consciousness. You can hear me speak. You have ears, and they work, right? Because you can hear me speak. You're listening, you're watching. That is exactly what you do with yourself. You listen and you watch yourself. I've given you this example before. When you go to a funeral and you see the cadaver, I guess, that shape, that form, somebody you used to know, there's something gone from that body. The consciousness is gone from it. That is who observes you. Esther Hicks calls it your inner being, your higher self, right? But it is you, it's your consciousness within your body. So your body has been programmed to behave in a particular way. And it thinks this is what it is because that's what it is. That's what it's been programmed to be. But you are inside of it. So you get to tell it, I see that. I see this thing here. You're afraid of being alone. So you take on any kind of friend. You're not discerning about what kinds of friends you choose. I see that. That's what your inner being is telling your body. So it's your body behaving in such a way that it was programmed to behave in, to be afraid, and to do what it's told from the outside. But today, if you could recognize this, you are the driver of your body. You are in it for a certain amount of time. And because you are in it, you tell it what to do. When you see it behaving in such a way, "Oh my God, I'm really not smart." No, that is simply a behavior that was developed by your body based upon a program, based upon something you were told as a youngster. It doesn't mean you're foolish. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means that's what the body believes. And the body believes what it believes because it has a brain in it that remembers things. That's all it is. So you on the inside, you're looking out there. And the reason why the body seems so powerful and so strong is because it is built to survive, and that is the route it will take every time. One of survival. So you are looking out of your eyes and you are seeing, there's more to this. There's more to life than this. Well, I deserve to be treated better than this. But your body says, according to my survival speculations, we will continue this course because it is best for our survival. It is predictable. And thus, you continue with the behavior that is unworthy of you, right? We are always encouraged by way of the law to think highly of ourselves. That's what we're encouraged to do. So when that feeling of inadequacy rises up, know that it is rising up in your body because the body stores information and it remembers and it repeats. So when you feel a sense of, oh, I'm not good enough, that's just because you heard that foolishness before. And you may not have heard it by way of words, you may have heard it by way of treatment. You were treated a particular way, and thus the body thinks that's what it is. But you, within the body, this is why you tell your body day in and day out, nope, this is how we're going to be. You look at polarity and you say, from this to that, inadequacy to adequate. And you keep telling it ways that it is adequate. And remember, if you were there last night, here's what we practiced. Let's do it now. Has there ever been a time where you heard or were told or you felt that you had accomplished something? Is there a time that you can recall that made you feel a particular way, like, oh, wow, I really did that. I did that. And you patted yourself on the back, or you received some kind of an accolade that reinforced you did that thing. Is there such a time that you can remember? Do you remember what it felt like to you? Well, if you remember what it felt like, see if you can feel it now. Maybe you walked across that stage and you took your diploma. You accepted your degree, your PhD, a sense of accomplishment. Can you recreate that feeling in your body? See if you can do it. Just see if you can do it. And if you can feel that feeling of accomplishment in your body, of having attained and reached some goal that you had set out to do, hold that feeling in your body. Just hold it there. There. Good. Now, what you've just done when you held that feeling in your body, you can keep holding it if you'd like to. But what you've just done, you are now telling your body, you see this is who you are. You see that feeling you just had? That is what you are. You accomplish things. You are adequate. That's what you're telling your body by way of that feeling. You are the consciousness within, and you are holding the image. And in your body responds and says, yeah, I don't feel that way. That's resistance. Oh, I don't feel that. I don't feel adequate at all. But if you can recall a time that you felt adequate and stimulate your body to feel adequate again, now your consciousness is telling your body, you are adequate. And the more times that you can stimulate your body to feel that moment of adequacy, you are retraining the body. Why? Correspondence. As within, so without. And then your new actions will be one of adequacy. You don't walk with the head down, but you walk with confidence because you know who you are. It goes that way with everything. You start to feel afraid, go back to a time where you felt confident, where you felt courageous. And just sit there until you can feel it in your body, because that's what you are programmed to do. Recall and repeat. So find the memory of courage, because it has a feeling in your body. Right? Think about the times, not too long, but if you can recall the pain, right, and how it felt in your body, then you also have the capability of calling forth that other feeling that you would like. Because remember, your body is just remembering something. So you are telling your body, look, I know how you feel. I understand. This happened to you in the past, but it is not who you are. I'm going to tell you who you actually are. And I'm going to tell it to you and tell it to you until you believe it, which means until when you say to your body, oh, yes, you are confident, aren't you? Your body says, why, yes, I am. And what happens when you have that thought and you speak it? Oh, because you have the sensation in your body. Well, you behave confidently. This is how you redefine who you are, your concept of yourself. That's how you do it. Instead of running around and thinking, because your body will remember, well, this person said I wasn't cool. I'm a loser. Do you know why they do that? As within them, so must they speak and behave. That's where they are coming from. And once you begin to recognize what they are doing because you see it, because you can recognize the law at work, now what can you say to help them out? You don't have to talk to them. You simply whisper to yourself, I'd like for them to raise their concept of themselves, see themselves as better so they think better, they speak better, and they behave better. That's what I like for them. I'd wish that on them. And you go about your day. Now, when you wish well for someone, you're wishing well upon yourself. Your self-concept, the way you see yourself, is absolutely critical because it is that memory and that behavior that will continually cause you to make the same mistakes if you do not change it. And I'm saying that from raw experience. When I say raw experience, it happened yesterday. I saw myself, how I was behaving, and I was like, oh my God, I do that, don't I? Why do I do it? Because for years, I felt inadequate, not worthy, not good enough. Not because that's what I was, but because that's what I had seen and that's what I had heard. And the brain works by association. It sees something and it thinks that. That's why what you see is important, right? It works by association. We associate the color like, the black crayon. Oh, it's dark. It must not be pretty. That is association. So now every time you see that black crayon, you don't think it's a pretty color. But all the other colors combine make that one. So beauty, as within, so without, will never create ugly on the outside. So all the beautiful colors make a beautiful color of black. I trust you see that. Your concept is simply a facade for your survival. Learning how to lash out before you're lashed out at, because you're protecting yourself based upon what you went through as a youngster. It is just a memory. It is not who you are. You do not have to settle for less. That is not who you are. The law always tells you, as within, so without. You want the best, you are the best. And this is why repetition is how the body learns information. So who's doing the repeating to your body? Your true self. You. That spark. That light. That is who is giving your body instruction and telling it instead of you hearing, because your brain, remember, it remembers and it says, well, you don't have enough qualifications. You're not good enough. That's just your brain telling you a memory because somebody said to you, child, you ain't never gonna be nobody. But your consciousness within says, that is contrary. That is a lie. Let me tell you who you are. So when you are doing an affirmation, know what you are doing. This is why you must be conscious when you do an affirmation. You don't just put it on repeat in your ear. Oh, yeah, that'll do something over time. But when this thing comes up, this feeling of, you know what? I'm going to compromise who I am so I can keep this friend. Because if I don't do that, I won't have any friends. Your consciousness, you, is saying to you, well, that's not true. You are worthy of great friends because you are a great friend. That is what your consciousness is telling you. And so that's why if you inhale through the nose once, two, three, four times, exhale through the nose, and you calm your body down and you tell it what to do, it will listen. And when it listens, now the two of you can have a dialogue. You tell your body, hey, you know that you're awesome, right? And your body, what you tell it to do is go back in your memories and see all the times that you were awesome. Pick out the best one you can find. And you start to feel it in your body. And then your consciousness says to your body, yeah, see that memory, that one right there? See how awesome you were? Good. Remember that feeling. So every time you think that you are not, bring up that memory because you are. And the more you do that consciously, you are consciously training your body. The more you do that, every time you get a compliment, you're like, oh, shucks, really? You're like, why, thank you. Because you are allowing the consciousness within you to reprogram your body. But you see, we don't know. So today, that is what you'll do. Practice your concept of yourself. Okay, so you got like a C plus. Oh man, I don't feel smart anymore. Your friends are making fun of you. It doesn't mean you're not smart. It just means you got a C plus. That's all it means. That's your body. Right? They're not separate, though. Because without the consciousness within the body, you don't see the body. Because it's dead. It ceases to be without the consciousness in it. So you see, you cannot separate the consciousness from the body and still be human. So don't think that they're two separate things. They are not. You are within your body, and thus you guide it. That is what you're doing. This is how we develop who we are. Right? Even things like tapping. What do you think you're doing? The consciousness is telling the body, hey, bring back this particular emotion, this particular feeling, this particular sensation. Bring that back up. And let's sit with that for a moment, because that is how I want you to feel every time you hear this. Every time you are reminded that you don't have enough, I want you to bring up a feeling or a sensation in your body that you can remember where you had plenty. Bring that up. Recall that. When you recall that, you understand. Now you are reprogramming the body consciously to consciously develop your concept of yourself. The self is the consciousness that is within the body. The body has a name: Angela, Shanice, Matthias, my melanin, Ms. M, David, Asonia. That's your body's name. Because we can't call it you. Hey, you. So you give it a name so you can categorize it. But the spirit within has no name. So you see, spend some time, right? When you recall a bad memory, that is a bad memory. What do you want to recall instead? This is how we release trauma from the body, by reprogramming the body the way you want it to be instead. This is what we do. You have a bad memory, you bring up one that is better. Why? Because it feels better, and then it matches what your spirit within is telling you about yourself. That, if you practice it, you'll begin to realize, oh my God, I I am amazing, aren't I? Yeah, because that's what you are. Not because I'm telling you you are, but that's because that's actually what you are. It is actually what you are. So things like abandonment and worry and regret, those are memories. Use the law of polarity from to. I trust that makes sense. Let's take a moment to acknowledge the people in the space today. Twitter, Ruru, Benji, Muck45, I see you. Hey, Miss B. Jeff, hello. Meep, I see you. Tiffany, Javion, Luke, Shea Butter. I see you all on Twitter. Thank you for being here. Fanbase, Shanice, L, Matthias, Malik, My Melanin, Miss McQueen, Miss Ravioli, and him done what? Him Duncan. That's who it is. Welcome to the space. YouTube, there are 12 of you here, but Ms. M, Sonia, David, you are in the chat. Hello. I see you all. So I trust that makes sense this morning. That when you want to feel as if Empress Ella, welcome. When you begin to feel a particular way, oh, I can't. Remember, that is your body recalling a memory. And your spirit within you is telling you, no, this is who you are. Insert affirmation. Consciously do it. You see, we keep looking for the shortcut. And the shortcut is understanding. You don't just do willy-nilly. Understand what you do so that it makes sense, so that when you apply yourself, you actually change. And then we stop saying things like, I've been doing this for so long. I haven't changed one bit. Because you keep allowing the memories of the body to dictate to you who and what you are. When in actuality, your body is simply your humble servant. A servant does not know how to rule or how to lead or how to guide. A servant You ring the bell, the servant comes. It doesn't mean you disrespect the servant. It just means the servant has a place. So who is the master of the servant? You, your consciousness. You look in the mirror. Who is looking out your eyes to see the reflection? That is the master of your body. That. That is who you truly are, as opposed to who you remember you were told to be, or who you were conditioned to be. Well, if my mother didn't want me, well, then who would? If my father never protects me, then who will? That is a memory. It is a memory. Well, he left home, so he never wanted me. That is a memory. And you see, when you recall that memory, how it feels? Then was a time that you felt accepted. It doesn't matter who you were accepted by. What matters is, did you ever feel accepted? And if you say, well, no, I never have felt accepted, there is one time. Look for it in your memories. Ask your body to find you that memory. Hey, where was I ever accepted? And sit there. It'll come back to you, because that is what a faithful servant will do. Bring you back the information you sent it to get. We call it the subconscious. Right? So as you go through your day to day, when you are confronted with the memory of your lack of, ask your body, find me a situation in our memories where I was abundant. That is what you do. And it will bring it back to you. And when you feel it in your body, when you have that sensation in your body, now that's the one you want to keep drawing from. Remember, 30 seconds, 20 times a day. Why? Small dosages many times will bring you the improvement you're looking for, because you're reconditioning the body to match what is on the inside. That's what you're doing. As within, so without. Correspondence. Ah, Miss M. Whoop, whoop. Thank you so very much for your generous contribution, my darling. It is greatly appreciated. Yes, it is also a privilege to be here in the morning. Thank you. Tracy, welcome. Indigo King, I see you. Welcome as well. But does that make sense today, everyone? How who you are, or who you think you are, those two things must match. The law of correspondence. If you want more elaboration, just let me know. But I trust it makes sense to you today. Are there any questions before we proceed on with our day? No? Well, there. Here's the exercise one more time. Take a moment to calm yourself. 3 or 4 deep breaths in through the nose, exhale through the nose. Just to calm the body. And recognize how that current feeling makes you feel. It has a sensation in the body. The body's tight. Can't get a full breath. The belly is tight. That is resistance. That is an old memory. So what, then, is your spirit telling you that you are? Go back in your memory. This is how we're going to use the body. Go back in your memory and find a time where you felt the opposite of what your body feels now. So if it's tension, where did you feel at ease? Where did you feel most relief? Go back and find that memory. A simple command. Hey, go back. Find me the memory where I felt relief. I want the relief. You know what that is. Bring it to me. And it will bring the memory. And then you feel the relief in your body. Practice that, because the relief in the thoughts now matches the relief in the body. And the relief in the body will allow you to behave in a much more acceptable way for yourself. Thereby, you now have heart brain coherence. Call it all the fanciness you want. It is the law of correspondence. You are telling your body who you are instead of allowing your body to tell you what it thinks you should be based upon a memory. That is your word today. Remember the workshop? In 3 days, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's posted on every platform: Instagram, Twitter, Fanbase, YouTube. And February the 1st, nighttime guided meditation returns, and you will want to be there for that. Oh, yes, indeed, you will. Or raising the bar on why we take that time to allow our bodies to rest in a most peaceful way before we go to bed. Because the way you go to sleep, whatever frame of mind you go to sleep in, is what you'll wake up as in the morning. Because why? As within, so without. And so we'll be learning that more and more and practicing it more and more on a deeper level. Because a change is going to come. Right? Because that's what we want, isn't it? Anywho, countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Twitter, I love you all. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. And I'll see you later. Much love, Twitter. Twitter is closed. Fanbase, I'm coming for you. Thank you again, my friends. Summer Rose, I've missed you. It's good to see you. You can always slide into my DMs if you have any more questions. And I'll see you later, fanbase. Much love. Fanbase is closed. YouTube, I see you. I see me too. um, that understanding came, part of it came this morning and the other part yesterday. You see, when you have good people around you who genuinely care because they're on the same path as you and they practice the law with you, when they speak, they don't speak as their bodies. They speak as one spirit to another. And they encourage you to change. They show you, they say, hey, do you notice what you're doing there? That's how you'll know you've got a superior friend. When they genuinely take the time. They genuinely take the time to remind you and to show you unconditional love. That's what they do. Right? And they don't show you unconditional love by stripping you and cutting you down. And no, even though it may be a little bit of a tough lesson, you come out feeling uplifted because you're like, oh, you're right. That's how you know you've got a friend. Don't get rid of them, okay? Keep them because they don't make them like that. because most of us don't even truly get it. But when you have a true friend like that, you cherish them because as within them, they project out into the world. And because they are growing and changing and listening to their spirit, remember, it passes through you before it gets to them. So it passes through them before it gets to you. That is a high caliber friend. And if you don't have one, one will come. So I count my blessings that I have one. And she is amazing. She is. Mm-hmm. So if she sees the video, she'll know she's loved and appreciated. Not by words, but by spirit. From one spirit to the next. Because it is simply one consciousness. And that is how you can love your neighbor as you love yourself. That is the greatest commandment. And that's what she does. Anywho, I wanted to say that. And I will see you guys again in the morning. Now, if I'm brave enough to go live again in the morning like this, I shall. But thank you for being here, and I will see you again. Much love, YouTube. Much love, all of you.